singer-songwriter John Mayer back in 2012. Sony Music reached out to me to do an album cover for John, and at the time I thought, well, okay, yep, I'll have a crack at that, and I did. And this was a glass piece I made for him at the time as well. This is actually on the album cover.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jonah from Teachable. Super excited to be here today. Welcome aboard, David. How are you doing?
Hi, Jonah. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Quite well. Thrilled to have you here. Thank you for tuning in from across the world and making the time change work and everything. David, just want to take a second before we dive in to highlight for anyone who doesn't know who you are or what you do, if you can explain a little, what is it that you do? What do you teach? And since you are in a more niche industry, I know you had a couple items as well to show us to kind of put all of your work into context.
Yeah, well, I mean, I come from a background of a sign painter, and I started my career in Torquay on the Devon coast. And I kind of did an apprenticeship well, I was 16, left school, and I went straight into an apprenticeship with some old timers. And luckily, they took me on, and it was a massive learning curve. And apprenticeships were in, and they are slowly coming back. You know, I was about 5 or 6 years working with those guys, and just carried on, and then went self-employed. But from the background of what I actually do is, like, now it went from sign painting, and then over the years I started to learn more glass gilding and what have you, and getting into some of the embossing techniques of glass gilding. And I can show you some of that stuff if you fancy it now. You know, little bits I can bring in if you want me to. So it gives some of the audience an idea of what I actually do and what the class is really kind of about. So yeah, but to start with, though, I'm going to just show you this. Jameson Whiskey is a company I worked for back in 2012. They reached out to me and asked me to design the limited edition bottle for Jameson. And that's, I can give you, I'm trying to hold it in place if I can see this actually. Let's see if I can. There we go. This was a limited edition bottle. This was based on a glass piece that I made for them. And it was the third signature. I had a signature on there as well. They asked me, could you put your name on the bottle? And I thought, oh, fantastic. So that was a real honor.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we ended up making this design, and then this went all around the world on their bottle designs. It's all etched on there. I didn't have to do that part. I just had to design it. Singer-songwriter John Mayer back in 2012. Sony Music reached out to me to do an album cover for John, and at the time I thought, okay, yep, I'll have a crack at that, and I did. And this was a glass piece I made for him at the time as well. This is actually on the album cover. This is all on the glass. These are. There's another one there.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So it just shows different techniques. See, the glass is actually nipped around the edge here as well, and then the shades are all blended and whatever. It's always hard to show it in a camera. This is abalone, mother of pearl inside it with some gradients. So you kind of go from, you know, the course starts off for beginners and it goes to more advanced, which is this, and the same with other pieces. But that's kind of a background to it.
First, just at what point did you start teaching this versus just doing it, you know, as a client business?
Well, I started teaching an in-person class back in 1995. I mean, I'm 55 now, so I always I love teaching people. I love meeting people. I just wanted to get it out there, really, and that's what I did. And I think to date, I'm over 3,500 people worldwide I've taught, which is really good, you know, and really, you know, and they became friends, and you meet so many really lovely people. And the good thing is you learn so much from them as well. You're always learning yourself, even being a teacher, you know. So that's such a nice thing to do with classes and what have you. And then I think from there, you know, you can only show so much in 4 days or 5 days. And I thought to myself, it would be nice. I obviously before COVID, I think everyone was thinking, God, what are we going to do and stuff. You know, I was always teaching and doing my commissions. But then somebody said to me, why don't you put it online and try and show people that possibly can't afford to come on a class, or, you know, they might be out in, I don't know, New Zealand or wherever, you know, and they can't afford to come all this way. And then so I thought it'd be nice to try and teach it online. So I got together with my daughter, Lauren, and she helped me. And, you know, I thought I was just going to maybe do 2 or 3 letters to show people, because I thought there's going to be a lot of that, isn't it? You know, we're going to take our time and create some cool letters. In the end, I said to her every week, I said, look, I kind of want to do one more. And she said, well, you can't do too many because people are going to be signing up to like 100 hours, you know. And I thought, no, I kind of wanted to give their money's worth as well, and so we started making these letters, and I kind of then I went to 12 letters in the end, and then every letter was different, and we progressed from a basic letter right up to quite a complex letter. And then I said, let's just do 18 ways to gild as well. So that was another complete class within that class. And then I thought, I've got to show them how to sign right and hold the brush. So then I started doing another hours of sign writing in there.
Yeah, what was that like to start having people all over the world, assumingly,
Oh, yeah.
involved? You hinted at it, that like that interaction of
Yeah.
student and teacher.
It was just wonderful to see people making these letters themselves. And this was people that, I mean, there was one guy called Jason Skinner, and he's in Australia. He's an accountant, and he'd never lifted a paintbrush or anything like that
Ah,
before. And he's turned out to be becoming some fantastic letters he's been making. And there was lots of people like that would just wanted to have a go at this sort of craft. And they're not all sign painters. They're just I get so many messages from people that have really enjoyed this experience, Jonah. So most of the people that have said to me, I'm not sure whether I want to go online to learn this. I think I'd rather come see you. And I said, well, I can't see you for 2 years and blah blah. And then they've ended up doing the online, and they go, oh God, I wish I'd done this before, because now they realize it's not quite like, I don't know, it's not quite like an online experience really. It feels like it's, those people are with me, and they love it. They really do. So yeah, it's been a good
yeah.
experience for me and for all these people, because you're kind of like connecting with complete strangers that you get to know over the internet. So
So curious, like, yeah, what is a day in the life of David at this
oh my
point?
gosh! Well, you know what? Because I think being a creative, you can never sit still. You've always got something on.
Yep.
I'm thinking about the next commission, or I'm thinking about the next. Well, that would be nice to do. I'd love to get into prints, making some beautiful ornate prints, and
Ooh.
that's one thing I'm going to go and look into doing next year. And I never really had the chance, and I should get into that. So that's one thing. Commissions are always interested in different types of commissions that are going to be coming in, and I've had some fantastic ones recently. In fact, I fly to America now in the this coming week. I've got a big job over there, which I'm overlooking in Bar Harbor, of all places, over that way, which is Maine, in the Maine area. So that would be nice for the 4 days. So you never know where it's going to take you each day. So next week I'll be flying over there and doing some work there. So yeah, it's always different, Jonah. It really is. And if I can get any time, I like to spend time with the family, of course, and try and get the odd holiday going. I don't know, wherever, Italy, Spain, or whatever. But yeah, no, I spend a lot of time building my business over the years, and it doesn't feel like work. It feels like a hobby, continuous. You're going to get those days which are a bit more stressful than others, but I've enjoyed what I've done since I started when I was 16, and yeah, I wouldn't change it, wouldn't swap it for the world, really. And I enjoy it. I really do, this craft. I really do.
Well, thank you so much again,
Ah,
David.
nice to
Thank
meet
you,
you.
everyone, for watching. Yeah, and everyone, please like and subscribe to the channel if you had a good time here today, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.